veterans from the trip to Washington, D.C. tonight in Oshkosh. We spoke with war veterans at AirVenture who say even 50 years later, it still feels like the conflict was just yesterday.
Emily Riley spent the day hearing personal accounts from Vietnam veterans today on what this commemoration means to them.
Just south of Oshkosh, deep in the trees near a cove on Lake Winnebago, you'll find the seaplane base. This week, Dennis David is docking seaplanes with fellow AirVenture volunteers. But 55 years ago, he was a plane mechanic in Da Nang, Vietnam.
The emotions and the memories, they're just like yesterday. So it goes right back. I go right back and I see these things, and predominantly I look at the things that don't upset me, which I'm very fortunate to say that's way more than the things that did upset me.
Even through the hardship, Dennis says his experience serving changed the course of his life, and he's ultimately grateful for it.
That's how our rations are flowing in every day.
Back on the AirVenture grounds in Oshkosh, every year you can find Gary Bipes and his wife Carol. 5 decades ago, he was capturing the conflict as a combat photographer. Gary's snapshots show his life in Vietnam among villagers and the dangers on the battlefield.
I toured with him. I did hospital tours. Went to Thailand with the Thai troops going to Vietnam.
Gary's daughter, Julie, collected his old photos. She put together a project for people to admire and reflect on.
It's emotional for me. We're so proud of the book. It's unbelievable.
Both veterans had different experiences during the Vietnam War and say it's a time in their lives they'll never forget. A flight honoring Vietnam veterans takes place Friday night. In the meantime, there's a number of other events, aircraft, and attractions to see. There's still time to come out and enjoy the AirVenture. The last day will be this Sunday. Reporting in Oshkosh, Emily Riley, Action 2 News.